Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for another video. It's that time. I'm going to do our NFL predictions. What we're going to do today is we're going to be looking at all of our NFL Week 6 matchups. We're going to try to break down every single game and predict the outcome, the winner, loser, final score. We'll also take an in-depth look at our best bets, the money lines, the spreads, the over-unders. First things first, though, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. If you have any comments, drop them below. Let us know who you think is going to win these games. Drop it in the comment section. If you want to sign up for one of our member teams, check out that pinned comment down below. Click on that link. You can sign up there, and I would definitely appreciate it. Let's just jump right into it. The very first game we have coming up is going to be our Thursday night game, Thursday, October 9th. 8:15 p.m., our prime video game. The 4-1 Philadelphia Eagles coming off of their first loss of the season, an upset loss there versus the Denver Broncos. This is a very talented team, though, not fully playing up to where they were last year, but they are the defending Super Bowl champs, one of the most talented rosters in all of the NFL. They'll be on the road versus the 1-4 New York Giants. That lone win was actually versus the LA Chargers. Outside of that, they've been dropping all their games. Right now, the Giants at home, 25% chance to win. The Eagles, a 74.8% chance. Philadelphia, 7.5-point favorites, 40.5 over-under. The Eagles offense, 25 points a game. Throwing for 161.8, running for 99.8. There's been a lot of concerns about the offensive performance so far, especially when it comes to the play calling and vertically push the ball down the field. Saquon Barkley is not running like he was running last year, and the passing game has not necessarily been efficient so far this season. They're giving up 21.8 points a game. For the Giants, they're averaging 17.4 points a game, throwing for 203.6, running for 117, giving up 25.4 points per game, 240 practically through the air, 140 on the ground. There will be opportunities for the Eagles to move the ball both through the air, on the ground, if they can get their ground game going. This was a ground game that averaged 188 yards rushing last season. They're only doing half of that right now. They have to concentrate on the ground and pound. The offensive line, lean on teams, control the second half. Saquon Barkley, less than 300 yards. He is questionable this game. Jalen Hurts, he can throw it, he can run it, but not the best start to the season so far. 7 touchdowns. They have a very talented wide receiver core. Smith, Brown, a lot of weapons there. And on the Giants, obviously, they've been shuffling quarterbacks back and forth. Russell Wilson's been benched. They've been going with the young guy, Jackson Dart. They have Scadaboo. They no longer have Neighbors, though. That is a massive loss for New York. That's the guy that they could rely on. Third and long situations, he was a legit wide receiver, number one. Give me the Eagles getting back in the win column here on the road. They win at 27-16. And moving on to our Sunday games at 9:30 a.m., our London matchup on the NFL Network. An early game, October 12th, the 3-2 Denver Broncos coming off that strong win versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Don't forget last season, Denver started out the year really slow until about week 5 to 6. That's when they turned a corner. That's when they made their playoff run. Top 10 offense last year, top 5 overall defense. They just beat the defending Super Bowl champs. Maybe now they're starting to get some momentum. They'll be going up against the 0-5, the winless New York Jets, one of the only, if not the only winless team left over in the NFL. This game is happening in London. Whenever you're playing Europe games, crazy things happen, so prepare yourself for the unexpected. Looking at this matchup, the Broncos here, 71% chance to win. The Jets, a 28.8% chance. Denver, 7.5-point favorites. 43.5 over under. This Broncos team, Sean Payton-led offense. If they can get Bo Nix on track, he had a rough start to the season last year. Started out this year slow, but when he gets it going, efficient, short, dink and dunk, intermittent passing game. He's a mobile quarterback. He can extend plays with his legs. If you flush him out of that pocket, he will take off. He can scramble for first downs, but no matter what, he's always keeping his eye looking down the field. They have J.K. Dobbins over 400 yards. Sutton closing in on 400 yards. They're averaging 23.4 points per game. Throwing for 214.6, running for 140.6. Pretty decent offense, giving up 16.8 points a game. Again, a top 5, top 3 defense in the NFL currently. Only giving up 88 yards on the ground. That's what the Jets want to do. They want to be able to run on you. That's strength for strength, though. If Denver takes the rush game away from the Jets, they're going to put them in a very tough situation. New York, 22.4 points a game. Throwing for 175, running for 144.4, giving up 31.4 points per game. There's going to be a lot of opportunities here for the Broncos to score some points. Justin Fields, he's fully healthy right now. He's overall not putting up bad stats. It's just closing out games second half, continuing that momentum second half. They get started way too slowly. Breece Hall closing in on 400 yards on the ground. They have Garrett Wilson, solid playmakers, but that defense has to get some stops. Easier said than done. Give me Denver winning this one 26-20. Then at 1 p.m. on Fox, the 2-3 Arizona Cardinals, what a disaster that last game was last weekend. They had the game in hand, and they fumbled it away. They literally fumbled it away. Kyler Murray also might not be playing this game. He does have a foot injury. Right now, he's listed as questionable. If he doesn't play, that would be a devastating blow to the Cardinals. They'll be on the road here versus the 4-1 Indianapolis Colts, one of the surprise teams this season. Currently, right now, this is one of the best teams in the NFL. If you saw that coming this season, give yourself some props, but let's be honest, probably 99% of the country did not see the Colts week 6 being 4-1. Right now, Colts 64.5% chance to win. The Cardinals a 35.2% chance. Colts 6.5-point favorites, 47.5 over under. Arizona, they're averaging 20.6 points a game. Throwing for 170.2, running for 118.2, giving up 19.2 points a game. The defense is actually playing pretty good, particularly the front seven. Secondary does give up some yards, giving up 254.2 yards per game. The Colts, top 5 offense right now, top 10 defense. They're averaging 32.6 points a game. Throwing for 253, running for 128.2, giving up 17.8 points a game. They can do a little bit of everything. They can throw, they can run. Kyler Murray, if he's out, he's the leading passer. He's also the team's leading rusher. They're already down their starting running back. That'd be a huge loss here. Marvin Harrison Jr., whoever is filling in, they would have to step up massively to fill his shoes. At least they have a good defense. They can rely on that on the road. The Cardinals have not been a good second half team. For the Colts, Daniel Jones, since he's left the Giants, he's looking like Andrew Luck out there. 1,300 passing yards, 6 touchdowns, 2 picks. He's also a mobile dual-threat quarterback. Jonathan Taylor, 500 yards rushing, one of the top running backs so far in the NFL. He can also catch the ball out the backfield. They have Warren, Pierce, a very talented team. They're at home. Give me the Colts walking away with the win, 28-20. CBS at 1 p.m. The 3-2 Los Angeles Chargers on the road versus the 1-4 Miami Dolphins. Let's call it like it is. The Dolphins are probably one of the worst teams in the NFL right now. A lot of pressure on McDaniel. Some say that he's on the hot seat, but Greer, along with him, should definitely also be on the hot seat. In my personal opinion, he's a lot more to blame. He actually built this roster, and he's the third longest tenured GM in the nation. And for what reason? How has he been retained? Makes absolutely zero sense. Right now, the Dolphins 39.4% chance to win this. The Chargers a 60.3% chance. Chargers 4.5-point favorites on the road. The over-under here is 43. Chargers not playing their best football the last 2 or 3 months. One thing they can rely on. A very good defense. They started out the season slinging the ball up and down the field. The offense was roaring right along. The last 2 weeks, though, the offense has definitely stumbled. They will not have Hampton this game. He's their leading rusher, over 300 yards on the ground. They will miss him because Harbaugh loves the play action, but they've been very pass-focused this season. So Justin Herbert, he's going to have to make up the difference. He is one of the highest-paid quarterbacks in the NFL. He's going to have to start earning it. Right now, just under 1,300 yards passing, 8 touchdowns, 4 picks. Dave Johnson, Ladd McConkey, they have the weapons to be a vertical first team, and the Dolphins secondary is very questionable, so they're not going to be tested much. Right now for the Dolphins, they have Tua. Tua just don't get a concussion. Right now, just over 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns, 4 picks. Otchin closing in on 300 yards. Waddle closing in on 300 yards. They no longer have Tyreek Hill this season. That is a massive loss. Chargers averaging 19.6 points a game, throwing for 235.4, running for 116.8, only giving up 19.6 points a game. The Dolphins 21.4 points a game, 196.4 passing, 82.2 rushing. They have to get those rush yards up. That should be about 115 to 125, and they're giving up 29 points a game. Bad tackling, bad angles, giving up 174 rushing yards per game. Even though they don't have Hampton, no matter who they trot out at the running back position, they will be able to pick up yardage on the ground. When the running game is successful, Herbert runs the play action beautifully. Give me the Chargers winning this one 27-16. 1 p.m. on Fox, the 3-2 Seattle Seahawks, one of the best offenses in the NFL. Very good defense on the road here versus the 4-1 Jacksonville Jaguars coming off that Monday night win. Right now, the Jags 49.9% chance to win at home. Seattle 49.7%, practically a 50-50 split down the middle with the fans. The Jags are 1.5-point favorites at home, 46.5 over under. This Seahawks team, new coach, new scheme. Sam Darnold comes in, veteran quarterback. He's picking up right where he left off last season with the Vikings, averaging 29.2 points a game, top 6 offense, throwing for 245.4, running for 113, giving up 21 points a game, controlling the ground game, only giving up 83 rushing yards. The Jags, the offense has been rolling, but with Trevor Lawrence, there's always the potential for turnovers, and that gives the Seahawks a real shot here on the road. Jags are averaging 25.4 points a game, throwing for 205.6, running for 137, giving up 20 points a game. The big issue here, the Jags secondary giving up 250.4 passing yards per game. Seahawks, they're throwing for 245. They have a very talented wide receiver core. Sam Darnold, as long as turnover Sam Darnold does not show up, they will be able to vertically push the ball down the field, but this game is going to come down to the run games. Both teams can successfully run the ball. Jacksonville, NTN closing in on 500 yards on the ground. He's having a great season so far. Will he be able to run on this Seahawks front seven? They also have Kenneth Walker, Charbonnet on the other side. The Jags will not have Strange this game, but Brian Thomas finally decided to show up this past game. This is going to be a very difficult matchup. It is on the road for the Seahawks. I think their defense and their offense makes the difference. Seahawks win this one 27-23. Fox at 1 p.m. The 3-2 Los Angeles Rams. Just think about this. The Rams are just 1 or 2 balls bouncing a different way from being undefeated 5-0 right now. They've just barely lost the last 2 games, but currently they are one of the best teams in the NFL. They're on the road here versus the 1-4 Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens, this roster is so talented on the offensive side. This was a team with the prospects of making the Super Bowl this season, and right now they find themselves 1-4. What the heck has happened? Currently, statistically, they have the worst defense in the entire country. This team's gone off the rails defensively. They're scoring a buttload of points, but they're getting outscored because you can't score every single possession. Lamar Jackson, he is questionable this game. Hurt his hamstring, didn't play much. There's a big question mark. If you don't have Lamar Jackson, he's a MVP award-winning quarterback. He just can't not play, and you don't see the difference. This is one of the most electrifying quarterbacks in the NFL. He can throw for 4,000 to 4,500 yards. He can run for 800 to 1,000 yards in a season. He puts up crazy numbers every single game, and when every game has been a shootout for the Ravens, they need their MVP quarterback. Right now, Baltimore, 41.5% chance to win. The Rams, a 58.1% chance. LA on the road at Baltimore, 7.5-point favorites, 44.5 over-under. The Rams are averaging 24.6 points a game, throwing for 289.6, one of the highest passing teams in the NFL. Running for 112.2, giving up 21.4 points a game. The Ravens are averaging 28.2 points a game. They can score, but will they have Jackson? That's the question mark. They're throwing for 196.2, running for 115.6, giving up 35.4 points per game, 262.4 through the air, 146 on the ground. You can throw on them, you can run on them, and the Rams, they can do a little bit of both. Stafford, he's healthy right now. The back has not been bothering. He's having one of the best starts of his career. 1,500 yards, 11 touchdowns, 2 picks. He's being efficient. He's not forcing things. He's just taking whatever the defense gives him. Williams on the ground, almost 400 yards. He also catches the ball out the backfield. Nakua might be the most deadly wide receiver in the NFL this season. This guy can do everything. He's the X factor, closing in on 600 yards receiving. The Ravens are loaded. Jackson, Derrick Henry, although he's not having his best season. Flowers, Andrews, likely, but without Lamar Jackson, without the general, that's a massive loss here. He is questionable, so he might start this game, might not start this game. We probably won't know till that morning, so I just have to go with him not playing. Give me the Rams winning this one 33-20. 1 p.m. on Fox, the 2-1 Dallas Cowboys coming off of a solid win here. One of the best offenses in the NFL right now, but they are giving up a lot of points. No matter who they play, every single game's a shootout. They'll be on the road versus the 2-3 Carolina Panthers. How about the Panthers? Panthers are starting to play some pretty good football, pulling off some upset wins. Bryce Young, they got the play action going. He's playing very efficient football. The defense is shut up. They were giving up 35 points a game. They're giving up much less than that, giving the offense a shot to win these games. Panthers at home, 38.8% chance to win this game. Do not underestimate this team. They had a strong second half to last season. They picked up right where they left off. Dallas, 60.8% chance to win. Cowboys on the road, 3.5-point favorites, 49.5 over-under. The Dallas, one of the most balanced offenses in the NFL. They're averaging 30.2 points a game, throwing for 272.2, running for 134.4, giving up 30.8 points a game. They are giving up 285 passing yards through the air. Bryce Young will be able to throw. Just keep the turnovers down. Right now, Carolina, 20.4 points a game, throwing for 187, running for 128, giving up 23.8 points per game. Dak Prescott, 1,400 passing yards, 10 touchdowns, 3 picks. Williams, they did not have a consistent ground game last season. That's one thing that's changed this year. They can run the ball. He's closing on 500 yards. They have Pickens closing on 400 yards. CeeDee Lamb might be back this game, might not be back this game. He's one of the best wideouts in the NFL, so they will miss him. But as of him being questionable right now, I'll be banking on him not playing. Bryce Young closing in on 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns, 4 picks. They have Dowdle, Chuba Hubbard. Chuba Hubbard has been banged up. They have McMillan, the rookie McMillan, closing in on 400 yards. Great first season for him. To me, the Cowboys, they have too much offense here on the road. They win this one 27-21. CBS at 1 p.m., the 3-2 New England Patriots. How about the Patriots pulling off the upset win versus the Bills? Week 5 was crazy. There were 7 or 8 underdogs that pulled off the upset wins this past week. Fun week. Patriots, under Vrabel this season, they are looking pretty good right now, starting to look a lot more disciplined, playing defense, playing pretty good offense. They'll be on the road here versus the 1-4, the New Orleans Saints. The Saints, we picked them to pull off the upset last week. They did do that. They got their first win of the season. Spencer Rattler finally got a W. Right now, the Saints at home, 38.8% chance to win. The Patriots, a 60.8% chance to win on the road. Pats are 3.5-point favorites, 46 over-under. New England, 25 points a game. Throwing for 241.4, running for 95.2, giving up 20.2 points a game. And like a Vrabel-led team, great front seven, giving up 85.6 yards rushing. New Orleans struggling on offense, struggling on defense, averaging 18.4 points a game. Throwing for 190.4, running for 116.8, giving up 27 points a game. But this roster, it's not bad on the offensive side. Rattler throws a pretty ball sometimes. Sometimes he's a little off, but when he's on, very accurate usually. Kamara, Shaheed, Olave, Cooks, they have the weapons to be competitive. They just got to get some first downs, give that defense a breather. On the other side, Drake May got a lot of hype this offseason. I made it very clear. I want to see it first to believe it. So far, especially versus the Bills, the guy's been having a good season. 1,300 yards passing, 7 touchdowns, 2 picks. Stevenson running. They got to get the rush yards up. Diggs is a veteran. He's playing like a veteran this season. He's been reliable, especially on third downs. Give me the Patriots to win this one on the road, but it's a lower scoring game. They win 24-21. 1 p.m. on CBS. This game, for some reason, this game looks like it's going to be a very, very close game. The 1-4 Cleveland Browns actually played some solid football this past week. Joe Flacco, he's been benched, he's been traded. Dylan Gabriel got the nod this past weekend. No turnovers. Had actually a pretty good game for his first start. And they now have Shedeur Sanders. He's slowly moving up now, number 2 at the quarterback position. They'll be on the road versus the 3-1 Pittsburgh Steelers. You got to love the Steelers. Rodgers playing much better this year than a lot of people gave him credit for. The defense, it's slowly getting better. You know what Tomlin wants to do. Run the ball, play action, play good special teams, play elite defense. They started out the season really shaky defensively, but they're now starting to get things back on track, and Rodgers having a very good season. Steelers, 63.9% chance to win this one at home. They are very difficult to beat at Pittsburgh. Cleveland, 35.8% chance. Cleveland has a very good defense. It's just they're on the field the entire game. They get wore out. They just need some help from that offense. Pittsburgh, 5.5-point favorites. 38.5 over under. Vegas sees a very low scoring game. Dylan Gabriel, 209 yards, 3 touchdowns. Quinton Junkins closing in on 400 yards. Jared Jeudy closing in on 200 yards. The quarterback needs some help. Keep the drop passes down. For the Steelers, Rodgers closing in on 800 yards passing, 8 touchdowns, 3 picks. Gainwell closing in on 200 yards. And, of course, they have DK Metcalf. He's a veteran. He's a massive target. Rodgers is always looking for him on third downs. Browns are only averaging 14.6 points a game. One of the worst statistical offenses in the NFL. Throwing for 192.4, running for 95.8, giving up 24.6 points a game. But when you look at the stats, they're not bad. 172 passing, 75 rushing. This is an elite defense, but as I already mentioned, they're on the field the entire game. They can only hold these teams at bay for so long. Pittsburgh, 24 points a game. Throwing for 183.5, running for 80. To be successful this year, they have to get the rush yards up over 100, concentrate on the ground game, and they're giving up 24.5 points a game. I think this is going to be a low-scoring game. The Browns may even be able to pull off the upset here, but I think the Steelers win a close, defensively battled-out game. They win it 23-20. And at 4:05 p.m. on Fox, this is 2 of the worst offenses in the NFL facing off for basically who's going to be last place. Tennessee, 1-4 record. They got their first win of the season this past week. One of the upsetting teams. Props to them. Props to Cam Ward for getting that first W. A comeback win. They'll be on the road versus the 1-4 Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders won game 1 of what? They're riding a 4-game losing streak right now. They have a veteran team. Pete Carroll, new scheme, new offense. Geno Smith, you cannot trust Geno Smith. I've made it very clear every week. The guy's Jekyll and Hyde. He'll come out, he'll throw 3 touchdowns. The very next game, he'll throw 3 to 4 picks. You never know what version of him is going to show up. Raiders, 64.1% chance to get back in the win column. Tennessee, 35.7. Tennessee, the underdog. Las Vegas, 4.5-point favorites, 41.5 over under. Tennessee is averaging 14.6 points a game, bottom two, throwing for 148.6, running for 85.2, giving up 28.2 points a game. You think that's bad? The Raiders are just slightly a little better. They're averaging 16.6 points a game, throwing for 210.2, running for 112.6, giving up 27.8 points a game. No matter what way you want to cut it, both of these defenses are not playing good. The offenses aren't playing good. Ward closing in on 900 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 picks. Pollard on the ground closing in on 350. Ridley closing in on 300. Ridley, a lot of drop passes here. You got to have the soft hands. You got to help out your rookie quarterback. And that offensive line has been atrocious this season. Give the quarterback some time. And on the other side, the Raiders, Geno Smith, 6 touchdowns, 9 picks. That's not good. That's 2 and 3. You got to keep the turnovers down. Do not give the ball back to Tennessee. Their offense is struggling. Don't give them more chances than they need. Gentry finally slowly starting to get things going on the ground, closing in on 350. They have Myers. They have Bowers. They have not a bad team. It's just the defense has been awful. The offense has been awful. This is a 50-50 game to me. This could go either way. I pretty much call this game a pick-em. I'm going to go out a little bit this might be a little bit of a stretch here. Give me Tennessee somehow getting back-to-back wins. They win this one 20-17. I'll personally be avoiding this game because it's a 50-50. Flip a coin. That's the outcome of this one. 4:25 p.m. on CBS, the 4-1 San Francisco 49ers. They continue to win games. This team is extremely banged up. Last season, they were decimated by injuries. They've had a buttload of injuries this season, but they're finding ways to win. Give this team some props. They'll be on the road versus the 4-1 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And this is one of the most competitive matchups of the entire weekend. 2 4-1 teams battling it out. The Buccaneers, so much fight. They have 4 wins in the fourth quarter. Comeback wins. They have a lot of grit, a lot of fight in this team. They've taken on Baker Mayfield's persona, basically. Tampa Bay at home, 50.5% chance to win. San Francisco, 49.1%. That is practically a 50-50 split with the fan vote. The Buccaneers, 3-point favorites, 47.5 over under. San Francisco, 21.2 points a game, throwing for 290.6, an extremely heavy pass game. Let's just slow down. Let's learn to run the ball just a little bit. You do have Christian McCaffrey. They're averaging 85.2 on the ground, giving up 19.6. The defense is playing well. The Buccaneers, they're just outscoring everyone they play. They're averaging 27 points a game, throwing for 243.4, running for 110.4, giving up 26.4 points a game. Defense is a little questionable, but like I said, they're just going to outscore you. Mac Jones right now closing in on 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns, 1 pick. What a season he's having, filling in for Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy is questionable for this game. No matter who they trot out there, they're both okay quarterbacks. Christian McCaffrey closing in on 300 yards, but it's what he does in the pass-catching game. He is the team's leading receiver with just shy of 400 yards. They are decimated here. Kittle's been banged up. Pearsall's been banged up. Jennings has been banged up, completely decimated, but they're still finding ways to win it. And on the other side, Baker Mayfield having another great year, 1,300 passing yards, 10 touchdowns, only 1 pick. Buck Irving closing in on 300. Egbuka, the rookie, closing in on 500. They don't have Mike Evans back yet. Buck Irving probably going to be out this game, but they have Egbuka, and they have Chris Godwin in the slot. That's still deadly enough to me. I think the Bucs win another fourth quarter battle. They pull it out at the end. They pull victory out of the jaws of defeat. They win it 26-23. CBS, 4:25 p.m. The 2-3 Cincinnati Bengals versus the 2-1 Green Bay Packers. The Green Bay Packers got out to a 2-0 start. Some people, they labeled them the best team in the NFL. Not the best last 2 weeks, but no matter what, the Packers, a lot of talent on the team, on the offense, on the defense. They can throw it, they can run it. Right now, Green Bay, 81.1% chance to win. The Bengals, a 18.7% chance. This game would be so much fun if we had healthy teams. It would be Joe Burrow versus Love. It would be a shootout. It would be a quarterback battle. But we were robbed of that. Burrow is down because the offensive line is god-awful. They have Jake Browning. They have Flacco coming in. It doesn't necessarily scare you. Right now, Green Bay, 14.5-point favorites, 44.5 over-under. Cincinnati, they're averaging 17 points a game, throwing for 171.6, running for 57. That's god-awful. They got to get the run game up, but they don't fear the passing game, so they're just stacking the box. They're giving up 31.2 points a game. Last season, the Bengals' defense was really bad, but they had the number 1 passing team in the NFL. They can shoot it out with anyone. They're still giving up points this season, but they can no longer shoot it out because they don't have Burrow. They have the weapons, Brown, Chase, Higgins, but the most important position, there's no Joe Burrow. Green Bay, 26 points a game, throwing for 232.8, running for 114.5, giving a 20.5 points a game, only 77.5 on the ground. Cincinnati already can't run it. Green Bay is going to make it even more difficult. Right now, Brown closing in on 200 yards, Chase closing in on 400 yards. The other side, Jordan Love, 1,000 yards passing, 8 touchdowns, 1 picks. He can also scramble. Jacobs closing on 304 rushing touchdowns. They have Kraft, they have Reed, and they have the weapons. They have the better team, and they're at home. Very difficult place for the road team to play. Green Bay gets back in the win column. They win at 28-13. And our final Sunday night game at 8:20 p.m. on NBC, the 4-1 Detroit Lions. They lost their first game. It was an ugly game. People started to panic. I told everyone calm down. This is a really good team. Campbell, he's going to get everyone back on track. Since then, they've rattled off 4 straight wins, and they have been completely curb-stomping people. They had the number 1 offense last season, and they have the number 1 offense again. They are just slinging it, running it, playing solid defense. They're going up on the road here, going to Kansas City. Very difficult place for the road team to play, playing the 2 and 3 Kansas City Chiefs. This isn't the strongest start to their season, coming off that loss Monday night versus the Jags, but this is the type of game that the Chiefs are playing the better team, and they actually pull off the win. Coming off that loss, this is a veteran-laden team. They know how to rebound and come out and play. Casey, 55.4% chance to win. Detroit, 44.3%. Chiefs are 2.5-point favorites, 52.5 over-under. Vegas does see some points. Detroit, 34.8 points a game, the number 1 offense in the NFL, throwing for 230.2, running for 134.8, giving up 22.4 points a game. KC, 25 points a game, throwing for 241, running for 120, giving up 21.4 points per game. Just calling it like it is, this is probably the worst Chiefs defense we've seen in like 5 or 6 seasons. They're not bad, but they're not as good as they used to be. They used to have a top 10, top 5 defense every single season. Right now, Goff closing in on 1,200 yards, 12 touchdowns, 2 picks. They have Gibbs. They have Montgomery, one of the best running back 1-2 combos. They have St. Brown. They have They have so many weapons on this team. Running back, quarterback, tight end, deep wide receiver core. They have the defense. And on the other side, KC, everything's just completely centers around Patrick Mahomes, 1,300 yards, 8 touchdowns, 2 picks. He's also the leading rusher with 190 rush yards through their first 5 games. That is pathetic. He does not need to be the leading rusher. These running backs, they need to step up. They need to find some type of way to get a consistent ground game going so that can help out Patrick Mahomes with the play action. Kelsey, Thornton, Worthy back. They need the run game. They're only running for 45 rushing yards per game from Patrick Mahomes, and he's leading the team. That's not going to cut it here down the stretch. Give me the Lions pulling off the upset. But like I said, this is the type of game that the Chiefs come back and win. But Detroit wins it 26-17. 7:15 p.m. on ESPN, the 4-1 Buffalo Bills. How the heck did they lose to the Patriots? Hey, that's football. A lot of upsets this past week. You can't win every single game. The Bills, though, Josh Allen, he won the MVP last season. He's making a strong case to win the MVP again this year. They'll be on the road versus the 2-2 Atlanta Falcons. Yes, they're a 500 team. Do not underestimate the Falcons here. They have a lot of talent on this roster. They just never know what to do with it. They never reach their full potential. But if they ever do, there's a lot of weapons here. Falcons, 37.6% chance to win. Buffalo, 62% chance. The Bills are 4.5-point favorites. The over-under is 49.5. Buffalo currently 30.6 points a game. Top 5 offense. Throwing for 241.4. Running for 154.4. Extremely balanced. Giving up 22.6 points a game. Only 154 through the air. They are shutting down the pass game. And unfortunately for the Falcons, if Penix gets the start here, Penix, a vertical threat passing quarterback. He loves to throw the ball. He's not throwing it well this season, but his primary method of attack is vertically pushing the ball down the field. This Bills secondary has been shutting that down. Falcons are averaging 19 points a game, throwing for 226.3, running for 136.5, getting a 21.5 points a game. The defense has actually been playing solid statistically yards-wise, but the offense, way too many turnovers, giving the other team the short field. Penix closing in on 1,000 yards. Robinson closing in on 300 yards. He's also the team's leading receiver, closing in on 300 yards receiving. The other side, Josh Allen, 1,300 yards, 9 touchdowns, 2 picks. Cook closing in on 500 yards, 5 touchdowns. That's 1 touchdown per game. Kincaid, Shakir, Coleman, not a elite wide receiver core, but they're all good. They all know their assignments. They play to their skill set. It's been working so far. The Bills coming off the loss. I got to give them the rebound win here. Bills win this one 30-20. And our final game on ABC at 8:15 p.m., the 2-2 Chicago Bears. The Bears, this offense is much better than it was last season. Yes, they give up a lot of points, but they can match you score for score. and they will need it this game. They'll be on the road versus the 3-2 Washington Commanders. Right now, the Commanders, when they have Daniels going, he is healthy right now, should be getting the start here. He's one of the most electrifying quarterbacks in the NFL. Offensive Rookie of the Year last year. This guy can throw for 3,500, 4,000 yards. He can run for 1,200 yards. He can do a little bit of everything. Commanders 65.8% chance to win. The Bears a 33.9% chance. A lot of people counting the Bears out here. You have to respect their offense, but they do give up a lot of points. Chicago's the underdog. Washington, 4.5-point favorite. The over-under is 50. Chicago's averaging 25.3 points a game, throwing for 225.8, running for 102.3, but they're giving up 29.3 points per game, 164 on the ground. Washington loves to run the ball. That kind of spells his ass right there. Commanders 26.8 points a game, throwing for 192.6, running for 156.4, and Chicago's already giving up 165. Look for the ground game to dominate. They'll control time of possession, keep the ball away from the Chicago offense, and they're giving up 20.2 points a game. Caleb Williams, pretty strong open to the season. 1,000 yards passing, 8 touchdowns, 2 picks. They have Swift, they have Odunze, they have more. They have a veteran and / rookie wide receiver core. A lot of talent there. On the other side, Washington. Daniels closing in on 700 yards, 4 touchdowns. He did miss some time with his injury. Crossing Merritt closing in on 300 yards. Deebo Samuel closing in on 300 yards. At some point, they're going to get Scary Terry back. Might be this game, might not. Either way, I think Daniels being healthy, that's enough to control time of possession. They have very long possessions this game, 6 to 8 minutes per run. They win this game ultimately 28-24. Guys, that's our breakdown, our picks, our predictions for every single NFL game for Week 6 of the 2025 season. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. If you have any comments, drop them below. Let me know who you think is going to win these matchups. If you want to sign up for one of our member teams, check out that pinned comment down below. Click on that link. You can sign up there, and I would definitely appreciate it. Of course, as always, thank you guys for watching.